Hey everybody, this is Lance,
And Aubrey.
and we're here to open up and have our second video for our opening of school that's a week away from today, which we can't believe I'm saying that, but summer's going so fast. We're excited to get back. We're excited to get back to a level of normalcy if we can make that happen, and we're preparing for a great year with everybody. We want to go through some information for our families, for our students, for the Montauk community at large, just to tell you some things that are happening. There's going to be a lot of things that we go over here the next few minutes. Some of them are for everybody. Some of them are for specific students, for example, VOTEC students. But we wanted to get some information out for you so that you're ready to go next Thursday on day one, which is August 26th, 2021. So we're going to start on that Thursday, have school Thursday and Friday, and then the next week have our first full week with everybody. We wanted to let you know a couple things. Back in the old days, when I was in school, you had to fill out 25 forms for your kid, or if you were a kid, you had to fill out forms as you started school. We're trying to go as paperless as we can. So we have all those forms on our Skyward accounts for the kids. You don't have to print them off and sign them. All you have to do is get in, look at them. You can fill them out electronically and send them back to us. So we're asking that everybody goes into Skyward. They have forms, well, the opening day forms that we have, your emergency contact information, if you have any change of address or any student information, anything like that, plus a couple of the things that you have to electronically sign to start the year. All of that's there on Skyward. It'll be available for you on Monday, August 23rd. So we asked a couple days before school starts. We asked that you go in and fill that out on each of your students. And we would try to get out information all through electronic this year. We won't have to collect any papers or make you have to send things back and forth. We know how crazy that can be. So it's all right there for you this year. Students, we will have meetings for you. Aubrey and I will have meetings with you the first full week we have school. So Thursday and Friday, we're not going to bother anybody. We're going to let you go through your schedule. We'll be out in the hallways checking to give you help. And we'll talk about how we're going to support seventh grade here in a minute, and that they'll have some time to get ready. But for the rest of you that have been in school, we're just going to let you go through your schedule the first 2 days. And then the next week, we'll talk to you about student handbook, different rule changes, anything that may be coming. We'll do that again when you've got a whole week in already. We also have Student Picture Day on August 31st. And that's just for the junior, senior high school from 7th to 12th grade. But we have everybody take pictures, even 12th graders. We know you get senior pictures, but we want everybody to do that for our ID cards, things that we may do. Our athletics have begun on August 16th, and we actually have our first athletic event today. The boys golf team is going to their first match. And so we're getting started. We have volleyball and football scrimmages over the next week. Games will be starting, matches and meets will be starting very soon for cross country and for both boys and girls golf, volleyball, and football. So we've got a lot in extracurricular. We have our band that's had their band camp. They're ready to roll. Our dance and drill team. Our cheerleaders are all practicing, ready to go. So we're all excited for all of our extracurricular things that we're planning out. Our decathlon team has been doing some things as well, getting ready for the year. So we're hoping that things get going and we can keep moving with that. And we know that we have a lot of work to do as far as getting everybody ready for after school activities. We are excited because if you've been at the school already, you know our new guy. We have an athletic director and transportation director. Excuse me. We have a new person that all of you already know, Luke Kunkel, who's been our athletic trainer for many years. A great person, great individual, and somebody that we know is going to do a great job in this role, is taking over here in a week or two, and it's going to be our athletic director. So you guys already, like I said, if he's ever taped your ankle or if he's ever done anything to help you and support you as an athlete already, you know who he is. So he'll be our AD. And is going to be taking over the reins. Aubrey and I have been doing a lot of the work up to this point, getting everybody ready. So again, we hope everything gets started right and we can keep moving. We also want to talk about our Pie Fest that we always have every fall. We had to cancel it last year. It's back. We're going to hold it on September 1st at 6:30 p.m. Hopefully here on campus, and everything will go all right. But we're setting up for that. Let you know that we're doing that. When school starts next week, and teachers will be coming back in on Monday, August 23rd. Students won't come back till next Thursday. The next couple days while they're in training, part of what they're going to be doing is building their Google Classrooms. And all of you know what that's like now. You've lived through that. But you'll be getting Google Classroom invites. So make sure you'll be looking for those over those couple days. Even if you're in school, out of school, it doesn't matter. Everybody will have a Google Classroom. So we'll make sure you're prepared for that. We also remind you again that your Clever account's there. So if you want to log into certain things, you can go to Clever and do that. And that's still set up for this year for you to use. Student schedules. Been very happy with student body. Been making phone calls. Our counselors are here working with everyone. People have been coming into the building and talking about their schedules. Some people have just been calling. Some people have been doing video chats. It's been great. So we've already made a ton of schedule changes that needed to happen. We've had our master schedules built. Everyone should have a schedule at this point. We will not let anyone make a student-initiated schedule change after next Wednesday. So you have to get something in. Now understand there's only a few people making these schedule changes as far as counselors and people that are doing it. We are taking them on a first come, first served basis. We're trying to run through them. Just make sure you get a call in if you have a problem. Make sure you can email Mrs. Kleemock or Mr. Vogan, let them know, but make sure you're doing that so that we make sure we get your schedule changed for the first day. Our goal is to not do many changes after the first day. And it only will be if we need to make something, if we made a mistake. It won't be a student-initiated change. So we want to make sure you're set, ready to go before the year starts, make everybody's life a lot smoother. Classes, people aren't moving all over the place when we get started. So again, make sure you get your schedule changes done by next Wednesday, August 25th. Make sure you get that taken care of. All right. We also want to let you know that we are having professional development for teachers next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The reason I tell you that is we always have somebody that has a question and is trying to get through to us. On Tuesday morning, we have what's called a convocation where all the school employees, so all the secretaries, custodians, paras, everyone, cafeteria workers, everyone is in the auditorium together to have a meeting. And I'm telling you that because I want you to know if you show up at the building Tuesday morning, you try to find somebody. We don't want to have somebody sitting out and not have somebody in that meeting. So try not to come in Tuesday morning if you have a question. We'll be available the rest of the week. Somebody will be here waiting for you, but for about 2 hours from like 8 to 10 Tuesday morning, we'll be busy. So we want to let you all know that too. And we want to include everybody in that conversation. The last thing I'm going to talk about is intervention activity period. It's on your schedule. We mentioned it some last time. We want to let you know that we have a schedule built for that. It's kind of like a little schedule inside that 20 minutes at the end of the day. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to have the activity period that we used to have just on Wednesdays. And those of you that have been in school, you know what we're talking about. We can have class meetings during that time. We can have club meetings, student council, National Honor Society, sign language club. And we have probably, it's been too long mentioning all the clubs and organizations we have for students, but they'll meet during those days every week. So we're going to do it every day, but Tuesdays and Thursdays will be when we pull those meetings. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and actually even on Tuesdays and Thursdays, if you're a student or if you're not in one of those meetings, we have an intervention period. And what that occurs is things like we have a math center for students to go get help with math. We have a writing center. If somebody needs to write something for a class, they can get support from English teachers, reading teachers, and other students that might be able to support them. Individual teachers will be pulling students to work with them. And we'll talk to you more about how that's going to work, students, when we get back. But we want you to know it'll be 20 minutes that you can use at the end of the day to work on something that you had trouble with during the day, get some homework done that you might need to do. We know a lot of you do work after school. A lot of you have athletics and clubs and things that you're involved in, families that you need to be involved in and help with. We want to give you a little time before we leave to be able to work on schoolwork to help you out. So it's designed for you to help. It's something we're real excited about, giving you that time, and we'll use that time to help you as well. So just be prepared for that. It's a little different than what we're used to doing, but we built it in the schedule for you. And we'll talk more about that when we get you in our class meetings. All right. So I'm going to turn it over to Miss Chanel and let her roll through what she needs to talk about.
Okay. Just as a reminder, our 7th grade orientation will be held on Monday. We are going to have it from 5 to 6:30. So every 7th grader and their parents, if they could please meet in the auditorium at 5 o'clock. And from there, we'll do tours, visits to classrooms, practicing with the lock. We have Monitor mentors available to talk to our 7th grade students. So there's going to be a lot of different activities going on just for our 7th grade students. And then starting at 6:30, will be our traditional open house. So any student in grades 8 through 12 who would like to come in and like visit teachers, something like that, they can come in at 6:30, and that will go from 6:30 until 8. For our VOTEC students, this year is different. We are going during the first session. So you will be gone from periods 1 through 4 at VOTEC. What is going to happen in the morning, because you will not come in the building at all. You will remain on your buses. The buses that drop off at the gym doors, they are going to drop you off by the ticket booth. There will be a bus parked by the cafeteria that you are to walk to that bus and get on. For the buses that drop off at the flagpole by the auditorium, you are to remain on your bus. Your driver will drive you around and drop you off at the cafeteria. So you have to leave here by 7:25 in order to get to VOTEC on time. This year is a little bit different with students being allowed to drive to VOTEC. You are to leave from your house. If you choose to do so, you can leave from your home and go straight to VOTEC. You're not to come to the school first. You do have to have a parking permit, though, from Montauk, and I believe you also have to have one from VOTEC. So that is something you would need to contact VOTEC for. Students that need parking permits from Montauk, the first week of school, you're going to be fine. We're not even starting those until September 7th, I believe it is, and Mrs. Wade will take care of everything during our activity intervention period. We'll make an announcement. Just remember that parking permits are $50, and they are reinstating the fee this year. It's a little bit different, though. We are going to refund $20 of it if you have no parking issues and no driving issues or discipline throughout the entire school year, and you return your parking tag at the end of the year. Then you will get your $20 back. Just to go back to VOTEC a little bit, breakfast, I know that some students have asked about breakfast. There will be an option available to you to have a bagged breakfast. We will put it on a box on the bus. I know that they will not permit you to eat on the bus. However, you just grab that bag on the way out whenever you get to VOTEC, and you can have your breakfast walking into VOTEC and when you get there. The bus does leave at 7:25, so please remember that, because that's very important. And also, it is our start time for this year. So every student needs to be in the building by 7:25. That is when your homeroom starts. So it's about 15 minutes or so sooner than it was last year. And student drop-offs, they will be in the same places they were last year. Mr. Dean will be out in the parking lot with Ms. McDowell and Mr. Bogan. They will direct you around. You're going to drive towards the gym, just like in previous years. And then there is the turn right before you get to the gym. That is where you will be expected to drop off your student, and they will go in the gym doors and through the metal detectors there. For students who already signed into Skyward and looked at their transportation information, the bus company has asked us to let you know that the bus C290, they had to eliminate that bus route. So if you were on that bus, you need to check your Skyward account again, because they're going to have some updated information for pickups and drop-off times for you. So please make sure if you are on C290 that you recheck your Skyward account. And we ask that you continue to check that up until Wednesday evening, just because there's so many changes coming and going frequently throughout this next week here. We want to make sure that you are getting the correct time. Finally, there are a few other things just to remind you of. If you have not read our health and safety plan, we ask that you please do so. Right now, our county is listed as in the high, I guess, designation, which means that we are going to be going back to wellness screenings and temperature checks in the morning. It's going to be the exact same way. We're going to use the Skyward app. Your student can do it. You can do it for your student, however you prefer to do that. And then our teachers will be outside helping with temperature checks in the morning before they get in through the metal detectors. Masks are not required at this time. They are strongly recommended, but we are not requiring any student or staff member to wear a mask. If you choose to do so, that is completely up to you and your family. It's whatever your personal preference is as of right now. And I believe that's it for Mr. Fox and I. So we will plan to see you next Thursday, unless you are going to visit us on 7th grade orientation open house night. Thanks.
See you.